Hello and welcome to this very special episode I like to call Cars, Bikes and Conversation. और आज हम बात कर रहे हैं एक स्पेशल बाइक, द हिमालयन, नहीं 411 वाला नहीं, it is the Himalayan 452. My name is Roshan and I have with me Arun from Express Drives और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं Himalayan 452 के बारे में. Another point I'd like to make, we are both Royal Enfield owners. I have an Interceptor 650 and he rides a Hunter 350. So Arun, you've seen the spy shots of the new Himalayan 452.
Yes, of course.
What are your thoughts? First thought.
So पहली जहन में जो हिमालयन के बारे में जानते हैं, तो it's an off-road bike. It's an off-road built for off-roads, right? And we expect nothing different from the new Himalayan. And from the spy shots that we have seen in the recent times, I think it'll stay true to its roots. But yes, it'll have some significant changes. It's not fundamental, but again, some very crucial changes to the car.
Correct. And I think that crucial change is the engine. The old 411cc Himalayan put out like 24 bhp of power and 32 Nm of torque. 411cc air oil cooled engine it had. But now, for the first time, Royal Enfield is coming out with a liquid cooled engine.
That's quite a leap forward for Royal Enfield.
It's a huge leap forward for Royal Enfield, but otherwise liquid cooling has been there for years now. The Dominar, the KTM, even the new Triumph 400, all of them are liquid cooled. The Yazdi, Java, I mean, they are also liquid cooled. So it was just high time that Royal Enfield went in for liquid cooling, because the advantages of liquid cooling, you can put out more power in a lesser space because you don't have to have that many fins for air cooling. But yes, the engine gets a little heavier and a little more complicated with this kind of technology. So from the YouTube videos and from the spy shots that we've seen, we expect the 450 to have a pretty compact engine, very sleek looking. And the spec sheets say that it's going to put out something like 40 bhp of power.
So that keeps it around the same as the KTMs and the ESDs, the Triumphs.
Correct.
And the same ballpark. And we expect the torque to be around 43-45 Newton meter.
Yeah. And a 6-speed transmission. अभी जो Himalayan है उसमें 5-speed transmission है. अभी तो 6-speed आ जाएगा, which means because it's got a more powerful engine, then you'll have greater range for touring, better long distance capability.
Sure.
इसमें. Coming to the design, Arun, अभी when you look at the spy shots of the Himalayan 452, immediately आपको पता चला कि ये Himalayan है.
It's a Himalayan, but something is new, something is changed.
हाँ, तो क्या वो change क्या लग रहा है आपको? क्या?
So first and foremost, the most distinct element in the current Himalayan is its tank, I feel, and the current one, the new one is a little more rounded, if I feel. So I think I don't know if they have changed the volume.
हाँ, तो अभी जो Himalayan है उसका 15 लीटर का फ्यूल टैंक है, और अभी जो नया Himalayan 452 आ रहा है, since the tank is a little rounded, probably the capacity might be same. हो सकता है, I'm hoping Royal Enfield increases the capacity a little more because you're calling it a Himalayan. और अभी भी अगर आप मनाली ले वाला हाईवे पे जाते हैं तो किलोंग में एक पेट्रोल पंप मिलेंगे और नेक्स्ट पेट्रोल पंप आपको मिलेंगे कारू में. और इनके बीच में डिस्टेंस है 300 किलोमीटर्स. तो एक टैंक में मतलब यू बी रनिंग ऑन फ्यूम्स बाय द टाइम यू रीच कारू.
It'll be touch and go. It's touch and go.
तो इसलिए आई होप थोड़ा सा उन्होंने रेंज बढ़ाया है, क्योंकि नाम रखा है हिमालयन, तो ऑब्वियसली इट हैज टू डू एवरी रूट इन द हिमालयाज विदाउट कैरिंग jerry cans of fuel.
Of course. And speaking of jerry cans, I expect a lot more accessories from Royal Enfield this time. I mean, obviously yes, Royal Enfield did come up with a host of accessories, but I'm hoping that there are more modern accessories as in this one.
हाँ, speaking of modern, एक चीज जो मैंने देखा है इसमें ऑलरेडी इनके कंसोल में यू हैव इनबिल्ट नेविगेशन.
That's a big
one thing which I liked with the old Himalayan 411, call me old school, उसमें बहुत सारा गेजेस था, स्पीडोमीटर था, टैकोमीटर था, कंपास था, बहुत सारी चीजें थे, फ्यूल गेज थे.
But for some it felt a little bit cluttered, don't you think?
पता नहीं, I mean that's an individual choice. मुझे और मीटर्स है तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि वो एकदम एयरक्राफ्ट वाला फीलिंग आता है उसमें. पर इसमें अभी एक सिंगल मीटर है बड़ा सा, जिसमें ऊपर का हाफ है पूरा नेविगेशन एंड दिस एन एलसीडी स्क्रीन बेसिकली, और लोअर हाफ में आपका स्पीडोमीटर, गियर चेंज इंडिकेटर है, फ्यूल गेज है, और एक दो और आई थिंक ट्रिप मीटर ओडोमीटर है उसमें, और क्या फंक्शंस है दैट वी विल ओनली नो वंस द बाइक इज लॉन्च्ड.
Yeah, the big update is the inbuilt navigation, which is far more modern and more usable than the tripper navigation that they offer in the 650s and the 350s.
Correct. So the tripper is just a interim step up. I think now they've integrated it in the unit, but then competition में ये already था. KTM 390 में already inbuilt navigation है console में, तो obviously they had to do something to keep up with the competition. और इसमें राइडिंग मोड्स के बारे में मोड्स है या नहीं है वो वी डोंट नो टिल नाउ बिकॉज़ नोवेयर हैज इट कम.
Hopefully they are. Fingers crossed.
एंड एज फार एज द सस्पेंशन ज्योमेट्री गोज वो सेम लग रहा है, जो सेम अभी का जो हिमालयन है इट लुक्स सिमिलर. 17 इंच रियर व्हील, 21 इंच फ्रंट व्हील. सो आई थिंक पता नहीं यूट्यूब वीडियो में मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि रेक एंगल थोड़ा ज्यादा था, सो मे बी अ लिटिल मोर सस्पेंशन ट्रैवल.
I also feel the wheelbase could be a little longer. Yeah,
हो सकता है.
It's a little longer bike.
All in all, I just hope एक और चीज़ उन्होंने नोट किया है इसमें, and if they've sorted it out, I'm just really hoping Royal Enfield has sorted this out. Some issues that the old Himalayan had was rusting. Many owners complain about rusting of all the metal parts, and then frame breakage. Being an off-roader, I mean, people do jump it a lot, and many places we've seen the frame, break at the T-point in front. I just hope this time, I think it's an all-new frame because it's an all-new engine. They probably have an all-new frame.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they've sorted that out. So I think we will end this conversation right here because Arun is going to be riding this bike at the end of October, and he's going to bring you a full review of the Himalayan 452. So the excitement is building.
Yes.
We have a Royal Enfield Hunter owner here who's going to be riding the Himalayan. So he's going to hunt down the Himalayan and then review it for you. And if you want to watch that review, stay tuned to Express Drives and like, share, and of course, subscribe.